What's up, Wildcats? It's time for another The Wildcat Way What's Up for this week. Happy Friday, Friday, March 15th. Hey, please make sure that you're continuing to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram with all of our things that we got going on throughout the week. We'll be posting those there. And then, of course, our Parent Square with the really important detailed information that we need you to know each week. You'll find that there in our Parent Square and our weekly newsletters. We have an awesome show today. We're going to bring on a couple ladies that are part of our yearbook. So you're going to get to meet them and find out what's going on with our Columbia yearbook. All right, attendance. As always, we bring this up each and every week because it is one of our school-wide goals to have 90% attendance by the end of the year as a school, which is pretty amazing. Currently, for our school-wide goal, we're sitting at 91.75%. Last week, we were at 90.32. And currently this week, our kids earned their 10 minutes early for lunch by meeting the 90% goal. So that's outstanding. We need to keep that up. This week, we were at 91.46%. So great job. Keep it up. What do we got going on? We have academics and some sports. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Our juniors. So we got a big week coming up next week. And then the whole month of April is going to be really a lot for our juniors, and we understand that. We're going to need to support them and love on them and make sure that they're taken care of. Next Wednesday, we have about 125 to 150 of our juniors that have chosen to take the SAT test. That's next Wednesday, March 20th. And so this year, it wasn't a mandatory thing where we had to have juniors take it. So about 125 to 150 have chosen to do that, and they're going to do that next Wednesday. ISATs. So we have a big school-wide goal for our ISATs as well to improve from last year. We've gone into classrooms and talked to our juniors. They begin on April 4th and 5th and April 8th and 9th in ELA. So our ELA exam are those dates. In ELA classes, we talked about setting goals. Our students set goals, and we are working with our learners, with our junior learners on meeting those goals. Sports-wise, what we got going on here is we had a track meet yesterday at Emmett. So I haven't gotten all the results yet from that. Tennis, we have a JV tennis tournament Friday and Saturday at Parma. Our softball team, I think they're 0-2 right now, unfortunately. But they have a busy weekend here as well. They play Nampa tonight, and then they play Meridian on Saturday right here at Columbia High School. And then our baseball team, they won last night at Boise to go 3-0. We're 3-0 to start the season. And we also take on Nampa High tonight at Wildcat Yard. All right, we had some amazing people on last week to talk about our Spirit Week of Inclusion. That's next week, people. So March 18th through the 22nd, we are better together. Here is our Spirit Week. On Monday, we're going to wear blue or purple, and our learners are going to see a mentoring video that was recorded last week, which is going to be great. Tuesday, it's wearing green and be doing some friendship bracelets. Wednesday, we have Cats Together t-shirts. Thursday, we want to wear orange, and then we have an activity during lunchtime, tic-tac-toe. And then Friday, Better Together t-shirts, and then we have a big, huge poster signing, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We want to thank Moxie Java for partnering with us with our Wildcat Way and with Integrity. And so we just nominated our February awards just last week, and so those went out to our students. So thank you, Moxie Java. All right, what we've all been waiting for is our awesome guest. Ta-da! There it is. Wow, that was like seamless. That was like the best ever. Will, great job helping me out with that. Lulu, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. Kayela, thanks for coming on to our podcast. Isn't this a cool room?
Yeah, it's a great setup.
Yeah, it's going to get better each and every year. So introduce yourselves. Tell a little bit about yourself. What year are you, and what do you plan to do after high school here?
All right. So I'm Lulu. I'm a senior here at Columbia, and after high school ends, I plan on going to nursing school at Arizona State.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I'm Kayla. I am a senior, and I plan to further my career in education, elementary education.
That's super exciting. I bet we can steal you to come to Columbia High School maybe after you're done and ready to teach.
Maybe.
Maybe, you never know, right? Outstanding. Thank you, ladies, for just being a part of Columbia and part of our culture and community. Like, you guys do a lot. I know, and a little bit of it is Yearbook.
Yes.
So you guys get to take a part of that, right? And lead in those areas. So what do you guys do for Yearbook? And then can you share a little bit about who's on your team?
Yeah. I mean, for Yearbook, at least right now this year, we're kind of do everything. So we're out there taking photos, we're writing prompts, we're fixing quotes, things like that.
Yeah. We edit people's
Yes.
things. We can look at the yearbook. We have access to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We go in there every day and edit things and fix grammar, make sure
That's
everybody's name is spelled correctly, everything's in the right spot. And then we have a team of about 8 people working on the yearbook this year. So Kayla and I are we are the co-editors for the yearbook this year. And then we have about 3 writers and 2 photographers.
That's outstanding. What is our theme for this year? And I know, like, it's hard. There's a lot of pressure to be editors and things like that, and you do your best in making sure everything, there's no hiccups. There's always, it's none of that, right?
Yes.
So what's the theme going on this year?
the theme is kind of like we are, because we are like a whole school.
Yeah.
We do things together. We want to make sure everybody's included. And that's what we kind of wait for in the yearbook, just to make sure we had a bunch of things, in there about everyone, like every club, every activity, every sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big thing for us this yearbook, was trying to include everyone that we could. Inclusion and diversity were our number ones for this yearbook.
And we got Spirit Week next week. So that's perfect,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Well, and we are is a great start, because we can fill that sentence in with a lot of things that are meaningful for certain people, right?
Yeah.
So,
and that's what we wanted to do, was to show every group here at Columbia that just because they're, different than any other person here, that, we're all included together. We still are Columbia together.
Yeah. Who's your adult leader that helps you and guides you through this process?
Mr. Ewing.
Yes. Mr. Ewing is our advisor this
Yeah.
year. It'll be his last yearbook, so we're trying to make it perfect.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
He is determined.
Yeah.
Put so much effort into
Yes,
this
a
yearbook.
lot.
Oh, without a doubt, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, right?
Long.
Yeah.
Long nights.
Absolutely.
Long coffee.
Early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being a part of the process and just supporting our school with trying to include everybody and for them to be able to get to be a part. I mean, we talk about being a part of something, right?
Yeah.
And how important it is to get connected, whether that be clubs or activities or sports or whatnot, right? And so cool to be able to showcase that in our school.
Well, we also wanted to include life outside of school.
Yeah.
So we brought in a lot of different we are sayings to put different pictures in of people doing things outside of school and not just in
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought in a lot of student life images, and not just in school. We chose to do things outside of school, like waking up in the morning, having breakfast, things like that everyone here can relate
Does,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's just not shown in the yearbook.
Yeah.
We also included a lot of coffee shop. That's a big thing here that I haven't seen in the yearbook before.
Mhm.
And I personally work with coffee shop, and so I made it a huge part to put that in, because there's so many kids at Columbia that come every first period for a coffee, for a frap, all that stuff.
Yeah. It's so cool the store that we have that our kids get to benefit from, and our teachers, there's not very many schools that get that.
Yeah,
So it's pretty amazing. And teaching those real world skills for our kiddos.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah.
Teaching job skills is a
Yeah.
huge thing.
Yeah.
And so I was just really proud that we got to add a lot of
Showcase
those
them.
photos. Yeah. So that, because everyone, again, with diversity, inclusion, all that stuff, that was our main push.
Yes, definitely.
Well, and if we didn't have that, if we didn't include it, if we didn't think through how do we make sure everyone is comfortable
Yeah,
and feel
exactly.
included, then we wouldn't be a complete school, right?
Yeah.
And we all have things to learn and we can get better all the time. But that's what I truly love about Columbia, like thinking through, like when we walk through those doors, need to feel like a safe, comfortable environment, right?
exactly.
And we do that by helping each other feel that way.
Yeah, and we discovered a lot about Columbia just from doing photos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have an amazing robotics classroom in the back of the
Yeah.
STEM hallway.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was even there.
Yeah.
It was really cool to be able to go and see all the different things here because it's like, wait, there is a robotics team?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah,
It's
you
really cool.
almost need to just take a tour every
Yeah,
once in a while
exactly.
to watch the amazing things that our teachers teach
Yeah.
and the
Exactly.
activities and our coaches. And it's like, oh man.
I mean, even going into the FFA building, watching welding and taking photos of that was amazing because it's just something you hear about, you don't see unless you participate in it.
Mhm.
And I think it was great to showcase all of our like CTE programs
Yeah.
and things like that for
Yeah.
every student to feel included.
Yeah, absolutely. So we thank you for showcasing all that. That sounds like it's going to be an amazing
It
yearbook.
will.
It will.
Tell us about the timing and how can they get their yearbooks?
So if you still haven't gotten your yearbook yet, it's going to be $55. That's including tax, and you'll be able to get that in the front office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know when we're getting them?
Probably.
It's usually a May
Yeah,
sometime,
I was
right?
gonna say
Yeah.
probably end of
Yeah.
May.
Mhm.
They will be passed.
So you guys will have that deadline, I'm sure, of like, okay, this is our last
today.
thing that we can do
Yeah.
for yearbook, and then it has to be turned in and completed. So exciting.
Very
That's
exciting.
cool that you guys are on our podcast today then.
Yeah, exactly.
Neat.
Thank you for letting us be on.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Well, we're not completely done yet because Will and I always have a surprise for our people that come on, and it gets a little we're competitors. We like to compete, and so
Okay.
so if you've seen our podcast before, you know that we do like a 15-second competition that you guys get to do together.
Okay.
And so we're gonna
Okay.
do. Can you name as many? And Will thought of clothing lines or
Oh.
clothing brands
Oh, lovely.
in 15 seconds. So he's going to
Okay.
record that. I got the time, and you guys can work together. Just shout them out.
Okay,
Ready,
I'm good at this.
Set, go.
Adidas, Aerie,
Nike.
Target,
Brandy.
American Eagle, Columbia,
Lululemon.
Madewell.
Buckle.
Yeah.
Buckle,
Time is up. Time is up. That's good.
That was like
It's hard when you're put on the spot.
Yeah.
That's why we don't tell you beforehand. 9. That's about like right where we're at with. Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Wildcat Nation, we love you. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and St. Patrick's Day weekend.
yeah.
And Will, give yourself some love. All right. Thanks, Will. Oh, there it is. Have a great weekend, Wildcat Nation.